any last words for anybody that's going to be checking out this interview? Any last things you want to say to end it off?
Please join us on all our platforms and push for Thundermother to come back to the States. That's a dream, really. We want to come back, and we really hope you like the album.
Yeah, tell your favorite festivals to book us.
Radio stations play us.
Yeah.
Well, all my favorite festivals are in Europe, so they're not over here. So
your favorite U.S. American festivals?
Yeah, we don't have it that many. To be honest, we do have some, but not a lot. Prog Power probably is the best one, but
it is really. I love Prog Power.
Yeah, that's probably you did play there. Okay.
Yeah, with Therion.
With who?
With Therion.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I remember Therion. God, I remember the first ever album Nuclear Blast sent me by that band, by Therion, back in the late 90s.
Must have been Woven.
It was. That's the album. So, but yeah, that's cool that you played it. I think probably if you're going to pick a festival with usually the best bands, that the Prog Power is going to be the one. It's not a huge event, but you have the best. They book the best bands because it's all people that normally don't play here or don't get a chance to.
We still have the booking agent in LA. We just haven't talked in a year.
Yeah.
We should talk to him. That has Scorpions as well.
Yeah. And again, I think the album, honestly, I think the album is very good. I think that, as this band progresses or has over the last 15, 16 years, I mean, I remember listening to the first one, and you go back and usually when I listen to albums, I listen to everything that the band did previously, give me an idea of where I really put this. And I again, you guys your band continuously improves. So definitely very, very good, well-written album. The songs aren't crazy long. They're straight to the point. They're catchy. They're easy to get into. I think that is the best part of your songwriting is that aspect of it, where a lot of these hard rock or metal bands will write these 5, 6, 7 minute songs, but you have a very straight ahead, simple formula to write these tracks, and they're catchy.
But
and
still, we have guitar solos.
Yeah,
you do. Yeah.
If you listen to new music, the solos are gone. Where's the guitar solos? I think about.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think it makes sense for us to write music like that, and then for other bands, it makes much more sense to have longer,
Yeah, I think
do the long solos on the live shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that with your songwriting, I think the one aspect that's great about it, realistically, with any of these tracks, you could make any one of these a lyric video. I mean, there's always, like with a lot of bands, and I actually ranted about this in a podcast, that, you always have to sit here. A lot of bands pick the wrong singles to represent the album. But with your album, with the way that you write songs, you could really pick any of them.
Yeah.
Luxury Problem. Thank you.
Yeah. And like, for example, if you're looking to release a single, any of these tracks would work well. Just by the way the songs are constructed and the way that they are written.
Thank you. We feel the same.
Not every band is like that. Some bands, it's just not the way that they write songs. So usually you pick one single that sounds like this, one single that brings out or sheds light on a different aspect of the record. But with your stuff...
Which one is your favorite, by the way?
My favorite, the first track I think is great. So Close. I think that's really a really great track. The one I brought up earlier, I Left My License in the Future. That's one of my favorites as well. But it's hard because I could listen to it next week and it could be completely different. But
nice.
Usually before I do the review, I decide to listen to it more in depth. And I usually wait until about a week before the release date. That way I let the album, I listen to it a lot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you get to know it.
Yeah.
I don't like to just listen to an album once or twice in a week and make a determination. It's got to be, if I like it, then I listen to it probably 20 times before I can really say, okay, I like this, or before I could say what is my favorite song. But if you were to ask me and put me on the spot, it's So Close. I Left My License in the Future. American Adrenaline, I think, is great. You know, the last song on the album. But and those stand out
You
to
like
me.
the straight rocker songs. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's just your style of songwriting. Realistically, the way it's written, it could change. Just how it is.
Cool.
When I do my review, I'm sure I'll tag you guys, and I'll tag.
Yes, please do.
You'll get tagged, and when I do that, then I'm sure, and then I'll put this. Usually, I'll refer back to this interview for the review as well. So, but
If you
those are all really good songs. But
Thank you.
yeah, I mean, I would say those tracks. That first song, honestly, the first song on the album, and this is usually the indicator for me how great a record is. And this is how the last album was, actually. The first song on the album, when I want to keep listening to it on repeat before I get to the rest of it, usually that means the record is going to be pretty good. And that's how
That's so fun because I just read a review. They thought the opposite. That was the worst song on the album. Why open with that one? Blah blah blah.
Yeah, really.
Well,
it's so interesting when people are different.
Yeah,
You like love it.
I mean, again, a lot of reviewers.
It's people's taste. That's just how it is in the end, right?
Yeah, I mean, that in the fact that some people, they get so many albums that they don't give these records much of a chance. They'll listen to it for a week and say it sucks. You know, like I just sang on a record that came out and it was weird. It's weird how people interpret things. Some people, were like, that's the greatest song in the album.
We love it. We love the album. We're happy with it.
Yeah. You
like
should
the
be.
song order.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And you should be, because I think it's an easy record to get into.
Good.
We thought about it like two sides as well on a vinyl, A and B side. So it's like 5 and then 5.
Yeah. But I think your biggest obstacle isn't the song. It's not the music. The music's there. The biggest obstacle for any band is exposure. That's what you fight against these days. Like there's more music coming out now. If you saw that statistic, more music comes out in a day now than came out in the entire year of 1989. Right.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's exposure.
Yeah,
songs are there.
People need
Thank
to
God we have you, Tony. I'm really happy and thankful for that.
You gotta play one of our songs at least from this interview so people can hear it.
Well, I always link the music in the show notes. So
you should just force it on them. No kidding. Play.
Well, YouTube doesn't usually.
People
like
are lazy
that.
nowadays.
Right.
You are correct. There are a lot of lazy people, but I think that it's really more of exposure. The band's good enough. The songs are good enough. It's really a matter of getting people into it. So
I gotta go to my baby now, unfortunately.
Oh no, I got you. Me too. I don't have. My kids are all practically grown, but I do have to get going here myself. But hey, I really thank both of you for coming on. Really,
thank you for having us.
And
absolute pleasure.
It was
nice meeting you again.
You too.
Time to remember.
Absolutely. No, it's all good. I mean, you see a lot of people on tour, and I get it. But again, really great job on the record. I definitely believe that this album is very good. And at some point, you will see my review online.
Yeah.
Ooh. Might share it. No joke. If it's good.
I will give me your credit card number. I will write a really good review. I will send you some. No.
Well, I've already. You don't have to do that. If I pre-order and buy the record, it's probably going to be good. So
I hope so.
We really appreciate this, and it was our first American interview in a while. So thank you for that as well.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Well, hey, thank both of you. You have a wonderful day.
Bye.
Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Tony here from the Metal Command podcast. Again, I appreciate your support. Since 1998, I have hosted this show in one form or another, starting off in radio and now in the podcast format. Again, thanks for watching. And if you like what you see and hear on this show, by all means, please hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell to be notified anytime I do post a video. And if you see this program on any other form of social media, please give me a follow there. Again, I always appreciate your support.